Yo, what up guys, your boy Navi Drizzle, and I'm back again with another video. We got Roger releasing in a few hours, so I decided to make a video on the characters that can counter him, right? So at the time of recording of this video, Roger's releasing in about an hour and a half, right? As soon as the Zoro banner leaves, Roger's going to be arriving. But I want to go over characters that can be countered, or I mean at least at the very least counter Roger, right? Not be countered by Roger. You don't want units that get destroyed, right? Shadow Blue Uta, but yeah, Blue Uta got destroyed by Roger. Let's take a look at the units that do really well though, and I think these units do a lot better than normal units. I will be including a few EX units. They're mainly Bounty Fest units because I feel like right now only the Bounty Fest units can really stand up to extreme units. We hardly have any step up units can do the same, but some of these units are kind of old, right? A little over a year old. Some of them are buffed units from the past, and some of them are extreme units that we haven't seen in a bit. But yeah, let's jump right in. No surprise to anybody, the first one on this list is Kid-in-Law. Kid-in-Law are monsters to this day. They released in the 4.5 anniversary. 7 months later, still monsters, right? Roger and them are going to release, and the reason they're monsters is because they have really strong skills that both ignore defense on Kid skill 1 and Law skill 2 ignores damage reduction. Now we talked about Roger being a damage reduction unit. Whenever Roger is capturing the treasure, that's when he gets 50% damage reduction. This skill 2 from Kid-in-Law, I swear, like it is from Law in general. This is going to be mainly when you're going to try to face Roger, because Roger's going to try to stun you, right? If Roger's capturing the treasure, unless you're outside of the treasure area and you can hit, you know, with the Kid skill 2, hit him with the Dan Punk, that way you can get the knockback and knock Roger out of the treasure area. Outside of that, you're really just going to want to play with Law, because Law has that nullify status effect. Right, so you don't want to get stunned by Roger. You don't want Roger to stack by, you know, applying stun on you. So you want to be able to nullify the effects. And yeah, pretty much Law is the way to go. Law is kind of the way to go for a lot of units because of that nullify trait, right? I'm telling you, status effects are the meta. It really doesn't matter. Like, a character could be really strong, but it depends on whether or not it has a status effect that can make it like the best unit in the game. But yeah, Kid-in-Law, I think pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to go into deeper. If you have them, they're going to be really decent against the new Roger. Let's jump right into the next one. Next up on the list, we have Hero of the Navy, Monkey D. GARP. Now, the thing with GARP is that he looks on paper to be a really good counter against Roger, but the problem is if he does too much damage against Roger. Because Roger has that trait where if you do more than 20% of his HP, he heals 30% HP. So if I end up doing 22-23% of Roger's HP, I'm just going to end up healing him by 8%, 7%, right? Whatever the percentage is. That's one of the main problems with this skill, because you're going to end up doing way too much damage. Definitely when you land both skills, Roger's going to be healing that 30% if you don't manage to kill him. Now, of course, since he is a dark unit, you do have type advantage, which is nice. And we take a look at his traits. When you're fighting a captain enemy, which Roger is, you increase your damage, as well as enemy defense is reduced by 30%. But also one of the important things is because GARP's last hit when dealing damage on the third hit of normal attack knocks enemies back. Obviously, Roger is a unit that resists stagger when he's on the treasure. He ignores enemies, so the only way to get him off the treasure area is to knock him back. And whenever you get knocked back, you recover HP as well as your skill 1 by 15%, as well as when you have HP pretty high, you resist stagger and knock. So you're going to be chilling in your own treasure area. The problem is if you end up doing too much damage, like think when you have team boost, you know, you're going to end up, your normals are probably going to end up doing too much damage against Roger. You're going to end up healing him, so you're probably going to have to save that skill. However, it's better to end up doing too much damage than not enough damage as a defender. So I definitely think GARP is going to be one of those units that's still going to be relevant against my boy Roger. But yeah, let's jump right into the next one. Hero of the Navy, still being a hero. Now, this next unit I don't have, but it's Film Red Yasop. Yasop, the way he is built, I can tell you right now, he's going to be a really decent counter against Roger. We take a look at his skill 1. His skill 1 does not only knockback, but as well as inflicts capture block. It's really beneficial against a runner like Roger, as well as Roger does not have any nullification against status effects that are not immobilization, right? He's able to nullify, I believe, status effects like tremor, like stun. Well, he nullifies stun, obviously, but electrify, petrify, right? Those movement skills that keep him in place, he's able to nullify. But skills like burn, you know, Incinerate, Frostbite, he's not able to nullify those. So Capture Block is one of them. Really good counter against Roger, as well as his skill 2 ignores damage reduction. So you're able to launch this from long range. Let's say Roger's trying to back capture or something, you can get him off guard. Not a lot of people know Yasop's kit, so they're not going to know that that skill 2 ignores damage reduction, is going to hit him with insane levels of damage, as well as capture blocking. So allows you enough time to go to that treasure area, as well as Yasop is a perfect dodging unit. So whenever you perfect dodge, you hit him with knockback, inflicting another 25 seconds of capture block, as well as doing fixed damage, so you don't have to worry about your attack. And after you perfect dodge, you boost your defense by 30%. This is really beneficial because, again, Roger is a ignore damage reduction unit. So having defense boosted is nice. That way you're still tanky regardless of that skill 1. The only problem is his trait here, right here, damage reduction trait, of course. But outside of that, I mean, on the normals, it's still going to activate. It's not like Roger ignores damage reduction on normals or anything. It's just that you're going to have to be careful with that skill 1, even if you have high HP. But if you have low HP, this skill is not going to matter regardless, right? When an area around your captured treasure, you increase the knockback distance. So whenever you're in there, you're fighting 1v1 against Roger, get that perfect dodge off. You can do extra knockback against him, get that capture block off, as well as getting your skill 2 back, which again ignores damage reduction. Really beneficial, really good unit to hunt down Roger. The only problem is obviously Roger's an EX unit, so Roger's probably going to end up doing a lot of damage and stuff like that. But this guy can definitely shut down Roger on occasion. On team boost, I'd probably take this guy over Roger for sure. But yeah, let's jump right into the next one. Next up, we're talking about the gift that keeps on giving, Big Mom Pirates Charlotte Cracker. Now, despite him being disrespected in the anime recently, they didn't do my boy like that. I don't think Van Auger is like that, bro. That's crazy that they did him like that. It's okay. Let's just move on. But my boy Cracker is a monster in the game nonetheless. The way they built this guy, it's like perfectly to counter the meta. Like it's honestly insane how well he is. His skill 1 ignores damage reduction, which is really good against Roger, as well as reducing speed. So when you're fighting against Roger, Roger is capturing his treasure. You're still going to be doing that 6-10 attack. You're still going to be doing your massive amounts of damage, as well as reducing his speed. Now, you won't be able to do, hit him with knockback because he doesn't have any knockback. But if you're able to get Roger off the treasure, let's say Roger tries to dodge out because he's low HP, he doesn't want to die, your skill 2, infinite number of biscuit warriors, is able to push out Roger, right? Like when he's attacking the unit gets hit, they kind of get this little stun log animation. If they're not able to dodge out, they're kind of stuck. Even if they have invincible shield, you're able to push them out the treasure area, which is really nice. So even if Roger gets downed in the treasure area, you're still able to push him out with your skill 2. And I'm telling you, every time that skill 2 gets destroyed, you have an extra life, which is really nice. As well as, dude, I'm telling you, whenever an enemy has inflicted you with status effect, recover HP by 15% and attack boosted by 50%. So, whenever Roger's going to stun you, which he does that, right? That's kind of what they're emphasizing with Roger, as well as Cracker having 80% status effect reduction. Dude, you're going to get stunned. You're going to heal for 15%. You're going to get an attack boost. If you manage to get your skill 2 off in time, he's probably going to end up breaking your shield. You're going to get another 30% HP. You're going to heal back up. If you manage to get that skill 1 after that attack boost, it's basically a one-shot at that point. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Especially the fact that you have type advantage against Roger being a runner, so he's not really built defensively. And if Roger doesn't have any of his defense buffs up, yeah, I mean, it's not even going to matter because you're going to ignore damage reduction. But still, dude, like you can do insane levels of damage, as well as when you're attacking the enemy in the area around your enemy's treasure. So let's say you meet up, Roger respawns, you're fighting him in that mid flag. He's just trying, because some runners, they just like to attack, right? Like they don't really like to just do their job. You could get him there, which is really nice. But yeah, this dude is still a monster to this day. The way his kit is built, it just perfectly counters the meta. Cracker is definitely one of those units that will do well against the new Roger. Let's move on to the next one. Last but not least, Film Red Shanks, which is kind of crazy that Shanks ends up being a really good counter against Roger, especially him being a year and a half old. But it is what it is. Film Red Shanks is still there, still being a monster. The reason he's such a good counter against Roger is because not only does he ignore damage reduction on his skill 1, right, which is something that Roger needs. Whenever Roger is capturing treasure, he has 50% damage reduction. So whenever you see a Roger capturing the treasure, you can hit them, you can know full effect is gonna land, right? You're gonna get that knockback, you're gonna get that full 528, skill attack, you're gonna get that attack reduction, everything's gonna land. As well as Roger being a unit that he cannot get rid of Shanks' hockey state. Whenever Shanks is hockeyed up, you cannot target him. We know how broken that is. He's able to take away your max HP. This dude is a monster. He has Griffin Thrust as well, which does knockback, as well as increasing his own defense, which we know Roger is a unit that, again, he's a damage reduction unit, so he ignores it and reduces it. Not gonna work on Shanks. Shanks is gonna be tanking there, low key. And then Roger's a unit that stuns. Guess what? Shanks nullifies stuns, and he also heals off nullifying stuns. So you're just gonna be helping Shanks, right? Shanks is gonna be able to run up to Roger when Roger's capturing the treasure, be able to hit him with a 1, 2, 3, knock him out of the treasure area without having to worry about getting that stun off, right? Reducing the enemy's HP, resisting stagger. After receiving damage from an enemy which is 20% or more HP. So even if Roger hits you with a Kamusari or his skill 2, skill 1, one of those skills, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna recover that HP. And if he manages to hit you with like stun, dude, I'm telling you, bro, this guy is made perfectly to counter Roger. As well as if you're fighting a Roger in a treasure area, you're only getting better the more knockbacks you get, right? The more the skill 1 you land, if you don't manage to kill that, hit him with the knockback with the 1, 2, 3. Or land the skill 2, right? You're gonna be doing insane levels of damage against Roger, healing, and after you kill him, you heal, get that skill 2 back. It's kind of insane that they made Film Red Shanks a really good counter against Roger, but it is what it is. We have Film Red Shanks. He's a beast. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm personally gonna skip Roger because I'm not really excited too much of the unit. I think what I'm gonna do is just start saving my gems up, and then maybe I kind of want Rayleigh. But Rayleigh's a Bounty Fest unit, so he's going to be around all year. He's not going to be EX exclusive or anything. So in the next Bounty Fest banner, he's going to be in that one. So I'll probably wait for that. But I mean, you could also probably get Rayleigh through the special shop as well, right? If it takes like 3 months, but you'll eventually get the character. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Roger at least. I'm excited for Roger to like level the Whitebeard playing field, because getting 3 Whitebeard is really annoying. Especially because Whitebeard can capture the flag and charge it for 150%. That's what's really annoying, right? Is it doesn't matter they're defenders, but the fact that they get an extra 50% on the treasure area is kind of dumb. Because that takes like 9 seconds. It takes like probably like 7 seconds with the fastest runner, full HP, maybe team, like everything going your way, right? It's insane, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Roger's going to be interesting in the meta. I will be doing individual videos for every character I mentioned countering Roger. That way you guys know it actually works, and honestly, just to see if it doesn't work, at least we know now. But I definitely think the units I named off this list, at the very least compared to everybody else, have a better chance. I might have missed a few units, but let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.